Here's how it works. We all know how crowdfunding for games worked in the past. You pledge money, and in return you get a reward, usually a copy of the game and maybe some extra goodies. But what if you could also invest in the success of the games? The more these games sell, the bigger your payback. Let's go through an example. This is Fred. Hi, Fred. Fred is a developer with an idea, a great idea for a game called Super Mega Fun Time. The only problem is that he doesn't have the money he needs to make his game. So Fred turns to Fig to help him raise money from fans. He signs a licensing agreement with Fig, which opens up the option of investing in the financial performance of the game. Now, he sets up a fundraising campaign consisting of two options. The first is the classic rewards-based crowdfunding option, and the second is investing. The rewards-based campaign works like any other crowdfunding project. Fred sets a goal and a deadline for contributions, and he lays out reward bundles. That can include a copy of the game, t-shirts signed by Fred, and so on. As a backer, you select your bundle, pay the amount, and when the game ships, you get the rewards. The deal is also pretty sweet for Fred because he gets to keep all of the money he raises from the rewards campaign minus credit card processing fees of about 2.5%. It's pretty straightforward. In addition to the rewards, fans can also invest in the success of the game. It's a lot like buying stock in a company, except you're buying stock whose returns will be based on revenue generated by the sales of the games, like Super Mega Fun Time. So how do Fig game shares work? Well, remember Fred? Hi, Fred. Fred puts up an investment campaign on Fig.co, our crowdfunding platform. You're a savvy investor, so you carefully weigh the risks against the potential returns. You decide to take the plunge and buy a few Fig game shares in Super Mega Fun Time. Other investors agree with you, and the campaign succeeds! Hooray! The money raised goes into a kitty and is distributed to Fred so he can make his game. Fred starts feverishly coding Super Mega Fun Time. As Fred crosses big development milestones, he posts updates to let you and other backers in on his progress. As players download their games, the revenue starts to flow. Okay, so where does the revenue for Super Mega Fun Time go? The revenue for Fred's game is divvied up between developers, Fig, and investors who bought Fig game shares for Super Mega Fun Time. So now you're thinking, cool, how do I get my share? In an investment crowdfunding scenario, you won't be the only investor. There are likely to be many investors, so the dividend is distributed according to how many Fig game shares you own. That means if you get 10% of the shares, you'd get 10% of the dividends. If you own 20% of the shares, you get 20% of the dividends, and so on. At Fig, we'll calculate dividends every 6 months or so. That means as an investor, you'll keep getting regular dividends over time, and that's how Fig game shares work. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty, just vault over to fig.co/invest or shoot us an email with your questions to invest@fig.co. We promise to get back to you with answers. And Fred, I knew you could do it, buddy. Congratulations.